You got the raise. You got the better job. Maybe you even paid off the credit card, twice. And yet every time you check your net worth, it looks almost exactly like it did 2 years ago. Same number. Different year. That is not a coincidence. That is not bad luck. That is a trap, and it has a name. It is called the middle-class money trap. And it is not built on poverty. It is built on progress. It feeds on every raise you earn, every bonus you receive, every financial win you celebrate. The more you earn, the more it takes. Here is what nobody in personal finance will say directly. Most middle-income earners are not building wealth. They are financing a lifestyle that grows at exactly the same rate as their income. They look wealthy. Their accounts say otherwise. I am the money architect. And in this video, I am going to show you exactly how this trap is engineered, the 3 mechanisms that power it, the psychological trigger that keeps you inside it, and the blueprint to dismantle it without destroying your quality of life. This is not about cutting lattes. This is about structural redesign. Let me give you the data first. According to a Bank of America Institute report, nearly 20% of high-income households in the United States are still living paycheck to paycheck. Not low-income households. High-income households. The Charles Schwab Modern Wealth Survey found that 39% of Americans believe they will never become wealthy, and most of them are not poor. They are earning. They are spending. They are surviving at a very comfortable level and accumulating almost nothing. This is not a discipline problem. This is a systems problem. And the system has 3 parts. Part 1. Lifestyle inflation. Every time your income increases, your spending increases proportionally, or faster. You upgrade the apartment, the car, the wardrobe, the restaurants, the subscriptions. None of these upgrades feel irresponsible. Each one feels earned. That is exactly how the trap works. The financial term for this is lifestyle creep. The architectural term is load increase without structural reinforcement. You are adding floors to a building without strengthening the foundation. A person earning $40,000 a year who saves 10% is building 10 times faster than a person earning $80,000 a year who saves 0. The income doubled. The wealth outcome is not even in the same category. Part 2. Invisible fixed costs. Every lifestyle upgrade you make converts a discretionary expense into a fixed one. That is the mechanism most people miss. When you rented an apartment at $1,200 a month, you could downsize if needed. When you signed a mortgage at $2,800 a month, that flexibility disappeared. When you drove a paid-off car, your monthly transportation cost was insurance and maintenance. When you financed a $38,000 SUV at 6.9% interest over 60 months, you created a $640 fixed obligation that does not negotiate with you. Every upgrade calcifies into a non-negotiable monthly drain. And your wealth building capacity, the gap between income and fixed costs, shrinks every single time. Part 3. Social architecture. Your financial decisions are not made in isolation. They are made inside a social environment that applies constant, invisible pressure to consume. At the level of the people around you. When your colleagues drive new cars, you notice your old one differently. When your neighbors renovate, your kitchen feels smaller. When your social circle goes to expensive restaurants, declining feels like failure. This is not vanity. This is neuroscience. Human beings calibrate their self-assessment based on social comparison. It is hardwired. And the financial industry knows this. Every premium credit card, every luxury brand, every aspirational social media post is designed to exploit exactly that wiring. The result: you earn more, you spend more, your fixed costs rise, your flexibility shrinks, and your wealth stays flat. That is the trap. Not one mechanism. 3. Working together, simultaneously, and most people cannot see any of them clearly. The architect's blueprint for escaping this trap has 4 structural components. These are not tips. They are design decisions. Blueprint 1. Cap your lifestyle at 50% of every income increase. This is the most powerful single rule in personal wealth building, and almost no one follows it. Every time your income increases, A raise, a bonus, a side income spike, you are allowed to upgrade your lifestyle with 50% of that increase. The other 50% goes directly into wealth building allocation before it touches your checking account.
If you receive a $4,000 annual raise, $2,000 per year, $166 per month goes into your investment or savings structure on day one. Automatically, invisibly, your lifestyle still improves. The trap does not feed on the full increase. Over 10 years of consistent application, this single rule creates a compounding wealth gap that no amount of budgeting can replicate. Blueprint 2. Audit your fixed cost ratio quarterly. Your fixed cost ratio is the percentage of your after-tax income that is locked into non-negotiable monthly obligations, rent or mortgage, car payments, insurance, subscriptions, and minimum debt payments. The target, below 50%. If your fixed costs exceed 50% of your after-tax income, your wealth-building capacity is critically constrained. You have almost no margin for emergency, investment, or opportunity. Most middle-income earners in 2026 are running fixed cost ratios between 60 and 75%. That means they are working 3 weeks out of every 4 just to maintain their current lifestyle. Every quarter, you run this number. If it is above 50, you identify the single largest discretionary fixed cost and you begin the process of reducing it. Blueprint 3. Automate the wealth layer first. Wealth is not what you save after spending. Wealth is what you move before you spend. The automation blueprint is 3 transfers, timed to your pay date. Transfer 1. Emergency fund top-up if below your target floor. Transfer 2. Employer match contribution at the exact threshold to capture the full match. Transfer 3. Investment allocation, a fixed percentage set in advance, not negotiated monthly based on how the last 4 weeks felt. These transfers happen before you see the money in your spending account. The decision is made once, structurally, not re-evaluated every payday. This removes the single greatest threat to consistent wealth building, your own in-the-moment judgment. Blueprint 4. Design your social environment intentionally. This is the component nobody talks about because it feels soft. It is not soft, it is the load-bearing wall. Your financial outcomes are the average of the financial behaviors of the 5 people you spend the most time around. Not because they tell you what to do, because they define what feels normal. If your social circle normalizes expensive restaurants, new cars, and luxury vacations as standard adult behavior, you will spend at that level, not because you are weak, because that is how social calibration works. Intentional social architecture does not mean cutting people off. It means actively adding relationships where financial discipline, wealth building, and long-term thinking are normalized. Communities, forums, mentors, peers who talk about net worth instead of net spend. You are not just building a financial system. You are building the environment in which that system can survive. Here is what the blueprint looks like in practice. 2 people, same salary, $62,000 per year after tax. Both receive a $5,000 annual raise at year 2. Person A, no blueprint. They celebrate. They upgrade their car lease and add a streaming bundle. Their fixed costs rise by $4,200 annually. Their wealth building allocation remains near zero. Person B, running the blueprint. They take 50% of the raise, $2,500 per year, and automate it into their investment account before it reaches their spending balance. Their lifestyle still improves modestly. Their fixed cost ratio stays below 50%. Their investment account begins compounding. At year 5, Person A has a nicer car, more subscriptions, a higher mortgage, and a net worth that has barely moved. Person B has invested roughly $12,500 over those 5 years, plus compounding returns. Their fixed cost ratio is still controlled. They have options. By year 10, the gap is not close. Same income, same starting point, completely different financial architecture. The difference is not luck. It is not discipline. It is not sacrifice. It is the structural decision made at year 2 when the raise arrived. That is the only decision that matters. Here is your action blueprint. 4 moves. Do them this week. 1. Calculate your fixed cost ratio right now. Add up every non-negotiable monthly obligation. Divide by your monthly after-tax income. If that number is above 50%, you have your first target. 2. Find your next income increase, raise, bonus, side income, tax refund, and commit in advance to allocating 50% of it to wealth building before it hits your account. 3. Set up the 3 transfer automation. Emergency floor, employer match, investment allocation, time to your pay date. Done once. 4. Audit your social environment. Where are you getting your financial cues from? What does normal look like in your world? One edition, a book, a community, a channel like this one begins shifting that calibration. The middle-class money trap is not a moral failure, it is a design failure. And design failures have design solutions. If this blueprint gave you clarity, the next video is already on the channel. Subscribe so you do not miss the next layer of the system. Drop a comment below, which are the 3 trap mechanisms hit closest to home? The lifestyle inflation, the fixed costs, or the social pressure? I read every reply. Build the architecture.